Today I'm going to be showing you the ultimate tutorial that you'll need to start trading on CoinW. Now guys, this is the only tutorial you're going to need to fully be able to understand how to buy crypto, how to protect crypto, and how to take profits on this platform. Now let's speak about why CoinW. Guys, I've been using this platform for the last year and I love it. I love the simplicity of it, especially when being able to put your stop losses, your take profits, and being able to edit that while the trade's happening. They don't have KYC at the moment, and you are able to then withdraw up to 2 Bitcoin without having to actually KYC your account. Secondly, they have a very powerful leverage and derivatives platform that is very easy to use. They have good volume, good liquidity, and they have a good selection amount of tokens. So in order to start, you have to open up an account. Now guys, if you look below in the description, we do have a Sniper CoinW link. This link will benefit you a lot as you'll get a sign-up bonus, plus you will get discounts on trading fees. And if you are a trader, you know that you are in and out of the market very often, therefore you're getting charged a lot of fees. Now guys, you can only get these specials by using this link below, and every couple of weeks we have new specials happening. So make sure that you go below and you make sure you see the special that is available at that time. Okay guys, now it is time to sign up. So what you want to do is you want to go below in the description, you want to click on the link, and then it's going to ask you to create an account. Now you need to put your email in, and then you need to put a really good password, guys. So for example, my username will be Sheldon the Sniper, and my password will be Sniper is the best trader in the world, right? That will be my password. Then what you have to do is once you click the create an account, it's gonna send you an email to verify. So go into your email and verify the account, and then you'll be able to log into your account and get to the dashboard. Now that you logged in, you have your dashboard. So guys, I want to quickly explain something. In order to start trading on a centralized exchange, there are 3 basic things that you need to know. The first thing you need to know is how to protect yourself and to make sure that you have good security. So let's start off with that. Let's go in over here and let's add a second line of security, because right now if someone finds your password and your email, they can log into your account. So let's make sure you protect it. So the way you want to go is you want to go to this little icon over here and you want to click on it and go down to the account and security section. It says account and 2-factor authentication. So guys, what we're doing is we're adding something else to help you protect your account so that no one can just log into it. So what you got, and the best one that I use, is something called Google Authentication. So you want to go on your app store and download this app over here called Google Authentication. So what this does, guys, is that it allows you to connect your authenticator to your actual exchange. And what it does is every 30 seconds, it regenerates a 6-digit number for you. So when you want to log in, you'll log in with your email and your password, and then it's going to ask you for a 6-digit code. And you'll pick up your phone, you'll look at the app, and you'll see that there's currently a code moving, and every 30 seconds it will regenerate. This will help that if someone wants to log into your account, they don't have that code. Now guys, what's very important is when you set up your Google Authentication, you're going to click enable and it's going to send you a barcode. Now that barcode, you want to print that barcode and have it at least in 2 or 3 safe places. I would even have it with someone that you could truly trust, and I'll keep another copy very safe, because what you got to understand with this is there's no login for that authentication. It just works off a barcode. So if you lose your phone and you don't have that code there, you're going to struggle to get into your accounts, and the only way you can put a new code is by scanning that barcode. So make sure that it's safe. Now guys, let me quickly show you an example. Type in email, type in password, 6-digit code, and now you're in the account. But let's show you the other options that are there too. You got things like email. So you're able to also have it connected to your email. It will send you a code every time you want to log in. Then you got another one called trade password. This one's also powerful. Whenever you want to take a trade and you're about to execute the trade, it will ask you to put a 6-digit or 4-digit PIN in order to take that trade. Once it's verified, the trade will go through. So these are all little things that you can go through over here just to make sure that you are protecting your account. Now that your security is done, now it's time to see how to deposit and withdraw from the actual exchange, as well as transferring money inside of the exchange. So let me explain this to you quickly. What happens, guys, is you have a few wallets inside of the exchange. You got something called a funding wallet, you got something called a spot wallet, and you got something called a futures wallet. Now guys, these are all separate. What happens in this one doesn't affect this one. They they're all separate. And what's nice about this is if you're someone that's building a portfolio and you want something sitting in a safer sort of asset and you don't want it to touch the more riskier side, you can split them up. So what you do have to do, however, is transfer the money in between. But let's start off quickly by going to this wallet section over here. So if you go here and you click on that, you will see it will give you your estimate total assets, and then you got something called the assets overview, deposit and withdrawal. So let's go into the assets overview section where you can find all of these details. Okay, now this is where you can see the total assets you have. Now scroll down and you will see the multiple accounts. The three that are major for me are these ones: funding, spot, and futures account. Now guys, when you want to bring money into the exchange or out of the exchange, the only way you can do that is your funding account. Okay, so if you see over here, you got something called deposit and withdrawal. Let's speak about deposit for a second. What you are doing is you're bringing crypto into the exchange. So what you need to do is, in order to do that, you need to select the currency that you want to bring into the exchange. So let's say, for example, it is USDT. Then what you got to do is you got to select the chain that you are going to use. And the two most common ones that I use is the ERC20, which is the Ethereum chain. And then you got the Tron chain, which is the TRC20. I like using the TRC20 as it's a lot cheaper than Ethereum. I'm going to use Ethereum as an example. It's going to give you a deposit address. Guys, this is your bank account. This is basically your bank account address of USDT for this exchange. So what you do is, now that you have this over here, wherever you are bringing the money from, wherever you are withdrawing the money from, it will ask you, give me a deposit address with what chain. And once you put that in over there, you will use this to put in your actual deposit address over here. What I like to do is I like to just double check. Remember, if you get a digit wrong, you don't want to type it out manually, you want to copy it. If you get it wrong, you might get it lost in the chain and not be able to recoup those funds. So now that I've copied the address, this is where I'll place it in the withdrawal section, and I'll double check that the first three digits and the last three digits are the same to make sure that I have put the correct address in. Once you have done that, you will click continue or you'll click transfer. It will happen. And then what you'll see is the money will arrive in your funding account. So I'll go back here to the assets overview section. The money will then arrive at your funding account section. Once it's in your funding account, you can then move it to your different wallets, as you can't trade from your funding account. You can only trade from your spot and your futures account. Now let's also speak about quickly withdrawing money. If you want to take money out, you'll click the withdraw section. Now remember, you want to take money out of this exchange, so you need a deposit address. Where are you going to send it? So if you have a look here, it will ask you again, ask you for your currency. You will click this over here. There's your USDT. Then what it will say is withdraw via a crypto network. You will click that, and then it will ask you for the chain. So I'm going to use ERC20 again. Now that you have selected your chain, now you need to put in the withdrawal address. Remember guys, again, whenever you're pulling money in and out of the exchange, just make sure that the chain is correct and make sure that the code is correct too. Once you've put that through, you will click the withdrawal section and the money will be sent out of the exchange. So now you've learned how to deposit and to withdraw crypto inside CoinW. There is another section over here called buy crypto, and this you can go do a little bit of research for yourself, where you're able to use your cards or the banking system to get money in and out of crypto. This exchange is very easy at explaining these things. So you can choose if you want to buy and sell from other people, which is called P2P, or what you can actually do is actually use the banks to get money in and out of actual crypto. Now that you know how to withdraw and deposit into the exchange, let's show you how you move money around inside of the exchange. So if you go to your funding account, what you're able to do is you're able to send money to your spot account, and then you're able to also send money to your futures account. So for example, if I click the transfer button over here, you'll see it will give me the section here to move money from my funding to my spot, or I can turn it around. I can send money back from my spot into funding. And when you're going to basically do this stuff, guys, is you're going to send money from funding to your spot or your derivatives when you want to trade. When you want to bring money out of the exchange, you want to send the money back from the wallet, from the spot or the derivatives back to funding, and that's where you will withdraw the actual capital. So once you've done that, you'll choose the coin that you want to transfer, and you can select the amount that you want, and you can transfer the money inside of the exchange. Now guys, let's quickly speak about what spot and derivatives actually is. Spot is a place of where you're buying something, to either hold or something that you want to trade for a long period of time. Now there is one downside with this exchange is they don't have stop losses when it comes to your actual spot account. So for me, the only time I would be buying with spot is if I'm going to buy a token and send it out to a wallet. That's the way I would do it. If I want to accumulate a token and buy it and send it to a wallet, because that's ultimately the place where you want to have your long-term account, that's what I would use spot for. But I don't like using exchanges or trading spot accounts that I can't protect myself with the stop loss. However, they do have the other side, which is derivatives, guys, and this is leverage. Now you don't have to take leverage, but it is available to you. And what you're able to do is you're able to use money from the exchange to take your actual trades. Now there is an upside and a downside, right? The upside is you're playing with more money than what you got. So if you get the trade correct, you make a lot more money than what you actually have. Downside is if you lose a certain amount or you get the call incorrect to a certain amount and they've borrowed your money, they can actually liquidate your assets and take it all back. Now, I want you to calm down, okay? It does sound very scary, but derivatives and leverage changed my whole journey because I never had a lot of capital when I started trading. So the fact that I was able to use this tool worked a lot, but I did have to up my knowledge skills. And while we're on this section over here, guys, I have a free school. It's called Sniper School. And this school teaches you from the beginning of how to use everything and how to make smart trades and to use these tools to your benefit. Sometimes you don't have a lot of money and you want to get to your big goal. I show you how to do it responsibly. I show you how to do it properly and to change your mindset from being a gambler into a trader. So if you want to join school, click this link below and I promise you this. Crypto changed my entire life and this school was built off my entire journey. This will help you not only learn the skills, but to have a community that's got your back. Now that you have a little bit of a basic understanding that you have spot and derivatives, you need to understand that they own separate wallets too. So that's why you can transfer in between. And what's great about this, guys, is it just separates your capital. If you want to take a little bit of risk on leverage, you can have it in a wallet and take risk. And whatever happens there won't affect your spot account or your funding. So it's a great way to not be afraid of taking a little bit of risk, but making sure that you're splitting your money in the right places, that it doesn't permanently damage you or put risk on all of your capital. Now it's time to quickly show you guys the platforms and how to actually take trades on the platforms. So I'm going to show you the first one, which is spot. Now guys, again, I don't trade spot on this exchange. I would buy tokens and send the token out to go into my long storage wallets because I like to protect myself. But I will show you how to buy and sell on spot. So once you go in, this is what your platform looks like over here. You've got your nice big chart in the middle. You have your order book on the left. This is showing people that are buying and selling, right? In order for price to go up, you need more buyers than sellers. And if price is going to go down, you need more sellers than buyers. So it's literally people just battling out of who wants price to go up versus who wants price to go down. And you're able to see all the orders going through. Now, what's also nice about it, guys, whenever you're trading exchange, you want to see a lot of activity. You want to see a lot of buying and selling. You want to know that there's volume. So whenever you want to get in the market, you're able to actually get your orders filled. And when you want to get out, you can get out. The last thing you want to do is be stuck and not be able to get out of the exchange. Now, if you scroll up over here, guys, you'll see right now it's on Bitcoin to USDT. Remember, USDT is the best, I wouldn't say the best, but the most common used stable coin, right? It's basically the dollar. And it's getting out of a stable coin into Bitcoin when you think Bitcoin's going to go up. And when you think Bitcoin's going to go down, you're getting out of Bitcoin back into USDT. So if you click this section over here, you will see all the different coins that are here at the moment that you are able to trade on spot. But I'm going to use the example of Bitcoin. Now that I've selected Bitcoin, I have the chart and I also have the tools. One thing that I really like about the exchange is I'm able to do drawings. I'm able to possibly do some analysis. I can put some trend lines in play and I can use this to help me identify where's the sweet spot. Where do I want to buy this? Where do I want to protect myself? Where do I want to take profits? Quick, look at me. What I want you to focus on whenever you're buying something, you need to know where you're going to protect yourself, how much risk am I putting, and where am I going to take profits on this trade. And if the profits is worth the risk, you take the trade. Very important. When something's already done a lot to the upside, don't get in too late. There's more downside than upside. So really take time to understand this game when it comes to risk to reward and risk management. Now, let's go below here, and this is where you're going to buy and sell. So you got two ways of getting into the market. The first way is you have a choice of price but not of time. And what that basically means is, let's say Bitcoin is currently sitting at $40,000 and you're thinking it's going to go to $35,000. So what you're able to do is put a limit order, an order that will sit in the book. Okay, and it basically means if price goes down to that order and there's someone there that will sell to you at that price, your order will go through with or without being at your actual computer. So when I'm someone that's, okay, Bitcoin's at 40,000 now, I don't want to buy now, I think it's going to 35. I can come over here and I can put 35,000 over here. I can select the amount that I want to be putting in, the amount of Bitcoin, and the percentage amount over here at the bottom of my money that I want to be buying. Okay, and automatically when you drag this, it will show you the amount of Bitcoin that you would be buying at that specific price. Once that happens, you click the buy Bitcoin section, and what that means is now your buy order comes in the order book. And it means if price goes down and someone is at that point of selling, it will buy it for you, and all of a sudden the money that you have now bought will then turn into Bitcoin. Here's an example of it. So what it basically means is you are not predicting, but you are actually preparing for more downside, and you want to buy cheaper. You want to be a little bit fussy. The only thing is, guys, we don't know how long this can take. So you don't have control of time. It can take 3 days, it can take 5 days, it can take a very long period at times, or it may not ever get to your price. What's nice about that is once you've done it, your order will be here at the bottom. Okay, and it will be sitting there in an order block. And if something changes, let's say we don't get there and your analysis changes, you can go cancel the order, your money comes back in. Remember, it hasn't bought the Bitcoin yet. It's sitting in an order. And then you can change your mind and do it again. Now, you also have the same thing when it comes to selling. If you have Bitcoin right now and you're thinking that we're going to go to 45,000 and that's where you want to sell, you can come over here and put in 45,000 over here. You can put the amount that you want to sell at that specific one. And remember, you can actually put multiple levels. So what I mean by this is 50% I want to do at 45, and you can sell, and it will take away the Bitcoin and it will put the order over here. And if price gets there and there's someone that wants to buy over there, it will go through. Then if you only did 50% and you want to do the other 50% at 50,000, you're able to put that in over there, and you can put another order for the remaining amount of cash and put that in. So that's limit buying and selling. Then what you have is market. Now, market is the quickest way to get in and out, so you have control of time but not of price. So what that means is, I want to get in right now and I want to buy $1,000 right now. What you'll do is market, you'll see it says trade at the current best price, which means if you want to buy right now, it will go get the nearest prices of sales here, and it will sell from them because you're buying. It will buy from you to them over here in this area, and it will make sure that you're filled. The only thing why I say you don't have control of price is because it might buy from multiple people. Maybe someone's selling $20, $50, $100. Maybe someone's selling $20,000 and it goes through in one. But what it'll do is it will buy multiple amounts from people to get you in at the closest price. So you may get a little bit more expensive or a little bit less, like it might fluctuate slightly, but if you're on an exchange with good volume, you shouldn't struggle much with a big price difference. So always make sure you're trading a high volume token and make sure that there's liquidity on that token on the actual exchange. And it's the same way with selling. If the market is dumping, it's not looking good. By the way, you don't want to sell red, you want to sell green. So always make sure sell green, buy red. But let's say all of a sudden you break a trend line, market's going to show weakness, looks like it wants to go down. What you're able to do is you're able to market execute out. So you've got a bunch of buyers here, you want to get out, you can go here, put your full amount in or whatever amount you want, you sell the Bitcoin, and what it will do is it will take the nearest buyers over here and get your Bitcoin back into cash. So you've got the two different ways, limit and market. Okay guys, now that you have the basics, you understand that limit orders is something that you look for price, but you don't have control of time, right? You can choose and be fussy for where you want to get it. And then, you know, market execution is the quickest way in and out. Now it's time to get to a little bit of the degen section, which is the leverage section. And I want to speak about this quickly, guys. I use leverage with a very small part of my portfolio to take away small daily problems for me. So I use them for groceries every month. I use them to buy small things in my life to ultimately take away the pressure of putting money out of my pocket in order to get these things. The more money you can keep, the better. So this tool comes with a lot of responsibility, guys. It comes down with really understanding risk management and not putting crazy money into it. You got to be able to put money that you can afford to lose. Now, saying that as well, guys, you need to put a little budget, especially if you're brand new to leverage trading. And it can be something as in $10 or $20, something you're willing to pay to learn how to use the platform before you start putting real money in the game. Now, I want you to put some cash in, we call it school fees cash, to learn, okay? And you can also get used to the emotions, because this will bring your emotions up quite a bit. And I want you to stay level-headed with it. You know, being a good trader is trading without emotions. And that's why you got to use small amounts of cash and build your way up. Leverage will not create long-term wealth, but it will help you get there. It will help you use this tool to make more money, to buy more long-term coins. So always be aware of that. So now let's go back to the dashboard and let's go to this section over here, which is the futures section here. Now, futures is the leverage part. Now, guys, what you're able to do in leverage is you're able to borrow money from the exchange. Okay, so if you have a look over here, we come in now and you'll see your chart on the left. Okay, your chart's here on the left, and again, you have all the tools. Now use the tools, and I'll even give you a little example quickly of something as in a trend line. There's a trend line, multiple touches. If we break the trend line, it's indicating price could start going up. So it gives me a little bit of structure. And if you look on the left side over here, there's something called a long position tool. And this is something you can put in on the chart. And what it does is it shows you, okay, if I'm going to enter this trade, where am I going to put a stop loss? Leverage is very important to put stop losses, as you can get liquidated if the price goes further down. And here's an example of it here at the bottom over here, that I entered the price over here. But if price goes to 27.60, they will take my funds completely and liquidate the account. So you always want to make sure that you do have stop losses in play. But the rule is, when you enter a trade, where is your risk going to be? Where is your stop loss? And where are you going to take profits? So for example, if I want to take this trade now and I think we're going to go to $34, that's where my target is, right? That's my take profit points. And then I want to protect myself here at 29.65. And what this shows me here is I'm risking 2.5%. and my reward is 10%. Now, the only big difference here comes the leverage, okay? So now that you know the chart section over here, now let's move to the right-hand side. And then you got two things that's called isolated and cross mode. This is a different mode that you use inside of leverage. Guys, the best one to use is isolated. And what that means is it keeps everything separate. So if you open 1 or 2 or 3 different coins, trades, they all separate. So if something goes wrong with the one, it won't affect the other. Now, the problem with cross is they mix everything together. So all your trades work together as a team, plus the money that you have in this account also works together in that. And what that basically means is if you take 3 trades, right? It's like buying apples. And you got a whole basket of apples, of green apples, and one is rotten. And one's really rotten. It can infect the rest of them, right? So what that basically means is if one trade goes wrong, but your other 3 are correct, and that one trade goes really bad, it can liquidate all the funds in that entire account. So cross, yes, it's nice that it's combined and you can maybe use it to the upside. It's very deadly when it goes against you. So isolated is the one to click on, and it's the one that's going to keep every trade to itself. So if one trade goes wrong, it will not affect the other one, and it won't affect any money that you are still sitting with here that you have not used just yet. Then on the right side of it, this comes down to the amount of leverage. So if it's a 10x, you're playing with 10 times more money than what you actually have, okay? And what it would basically mean is if you got $100 in on a 10x, you're actually playing with $1,000. So if it goes up, you're making money on the $1,000, not the $100. If it goes wrong, you're losing on the $1,000 and not the $100. Here's a quick little tip for you guys. If you're starting with leverage, I would start on a 1x. Okay, and then you can go to a 2x, 3x. Once you start getting extremely experienced and you start getting really good, then you can start dipping a little bit more to 5 to 10. But 10 is the absolute max for me. As the moment I start getting above that, I start turning very much into a gambler. So this is where you'll select that section over there. Now coming back to the trade that I'm speaking about. If I'm on a 10x, okay, and I'm risking 2.5% on the chart, you got to take that 2.5% times the 10. Okay, so it means I'll actually lose 25% of my money if the trade hits the stop loss. So if the trade goes in my favor, I'll make 10% times 10. So I'm actually going to make 100%. I will double my money if it goes in my favor. So now you're starting to understand that the leverage is basically timesing by the emotion, right? Because if you're going to lose 2.5%, it's times 10. You know, that's 25%, which is okay with smaller accounts, guys, and it's okay when it's calculated. The goal is the moment you take the trade and it starts to project to the upside, then what you want to see is moving the stop loss up to break even, and you want to remove your risk. That's always a big goal. But let's jump back in here. So right below that, you have the market price limit. I've already explained this to you guys. What's also incredible about this is if you want to market execute into a coin right now, you can click this little button at the bottom here, which says your take profit and your stop loss point. So now going back to your little structure of the trade that you're taking, you now know, okay, if my stop loss is going to be around the 29.6, I can take this trade now and I can already click this button here and say, okay, I want my stop loss to be at 29.6. Where's my take profit? $34. Now I click this over here and I put in $34. And what that basically means is the moment that you select the amount of money that you want to put into the trade, there is your available margin over there. The moment you click that button over there, it will automatically buy you in and put your stop loss and your take profit. And you'll see, you'll go right below, and this would be how your position looks. It shows you the amount of money. So here's the example. I actually only put in $57 here, guys, but I'm playing with $578. That's because I'm on a 10x. Then if you go below, it will show you your average entry. Where is your entry price that you bought? Then where is the market price right now? And then on the right side over here, you got something called the projected liquidation price. This is where they would liquidate your account if it gets there, but I have a stop loss in play. So make sure you always got a stop loss. And then you got your P&L and your return on investment here below, which will show your P&L is the amount of dollars that you're up or down, and then the percentage of your the amount that you put into the trade. You know, right now I'm 2% down on the actual trade. And then what you look as well is next to this 10x button is the stop loss and take profit section. So if you want to go change them or you want to adjust them, you'll click on these boxes over here and they will give you an option to change where you want to put your take profit and where you want to put your stop loss. Now guys, this is a market execution. If I wanted to limit order, I can still do the same thing as well, where I can put a limit order and say price is too expensive now, I think we're going to buy at $25. I can automatically click this box here and put a stop loss, so that if I'm sleeping and I'm not with my computer, buy me in at 25 if it goes there, put a stop loss at 23, and make sure that my take profit is also in, which would be around $30 as an example, and I'm able to click that. Once I've clicked the buy long, it will come below under the orders. Open order box over here, it will show you your orders. Guys, you can also go back and look at your previous orders as well, especially if you're using something as in a trading journal. You want to go see how good am I, how many did I get out of 10, all of these sort of things over here. And guys, just another reminder, if you bought into the coin and you never put a stop loss or take profit, remember that this is something that you can do, where you can open these two boxes over here and you can go put them in while the trade is already open. You can put in your stop loss and your take profit points in the section over here. And nice as well, it shows you all the different details over here on that current trade. And then if you look below here, it shows the total amount of capital that you have over here and a lot of details of your unrealized P&L, what you're paying. Remember, you are going to pay borrowing fees. So if you're borrowing money and you have the trade open for 2 weeks, they will take, I think it's 0.02% around every single day, you know, on that trade. So over some time it can build up, so you don't want to hold trades for too long. And then if you go up to the top here, guys, next to the available margin, this is if you want to bring money in and out. So if you've just made some cash, you can send some money out from your futures back into your funding or your spot, and vice versa as well. If you want to send money into this account, you'll click this button over here and it will then show you that you can send your money from your funding to your futures or from your spot to your futures as well. There we go. And you can select the coin and the amount that you want to actually do. So remember, guys, bringing it back now, you have your spot, and in this current platform, I would buy something, you know, maybe for the long term, and I'll probably send it to a wallet. It does not have a stop loss, so I can't protect the funds. So trading on spot gets a bit difficult here, but the leverage platform is incredible. It's very simple. You can see in this tutorial, it's not hard to actually understand what's going on here. And it's a great tool to use with many different coins and really good volatility points as well. But remember, futures and leverage trading is for small parts of your portfolio, good risk management, but it can also be one of the life-changing, powerful tools that you can use right now. Alrighty guys, that is the tutorial for CoinW. It's quite simple. And remember guys, if you use my link below, if you go below and you sign up with the link, you'll get discounts on trading fees as well as a sign up bonus, and there will be multiple specials that come every few weeks on that actual link. Remember to follow me on Twitter, Sheldon_Sniper, and remember to be a subscriber to Crypto Banter and Crypto Banter Plus. I'll see you all in the next video. Much love.